Boiling of water is a bulk phenomena. Bulk means most of the particles together start changing their state from liquid to gas. It is necessary to use the word bulk while writing the definition of boiling point because in practicality some particles of fluid always keep changing their state from liquid to gas even at the normal temperature and at normal pressure. This process of change of liquid into vapor at a temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. Let us know more about evaporation. We can observe evaporation in our everyday life. Do a small activity. Take some water in a bowl or in a china dish and keep the bowl in sunlight. Leave it in the sunlight for a few hours. What do you observe after few hours? You observe that water level in the bowl has come down. Where did the water go? It has evaporated. Let us see what is happening at the particle level in evaporation. We know the particles of water are always in motion. During this motion, some particles at the surface get energy from the surroundings and break free from the surface and get mixed into the air. This is happening much below the boiling point of water. And thus, this phenomena is called evaporation and not boiling. The difference in boiling points and at evaporation is that the boiling point particles break free from the surface of liquid in bulk, while in evaporation only few particles leave the surface and mix into air. But this goes on continuously. We see every day our clothes are hung into the sunlight, they get dried. The clothes get dried by the process of evaporation. Evaporation is very important in maintaining the balance of life in world. The water from the oceans get evaporated which gets converted into clouds and we get rains from clouds. If evaporation was not there, there would have been no clouds, no rains and thus no life could survive earth. Evaporation also causes some problems. The crop fields which we irrigate with water, a lot of water get lost to the evaporation. Water which runs into the canals also loses its substantial quantity to the evaporation. The rivers and lakes which provide drinking water to the cities also loses substantial quantity of water to the evaporation. Also note that evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Water particles only from the top surface break free and converted into vapor. We know that evaporation occurs when particles on the surface of water body absorbs energy from the surroundings. The energy in the surroundings is actually the thermal energy or the heat energy which manifests itself in the form of temperature. If the surroundings has high temperature, it means the surroundings has high thermal energy. The high thermal energy of the surroundings leads to more water particles getting the thermal energy from the surroundings and converting to gas. Not only more water particles gets converted but also particles gets converted to gas quicker because of high thermal energy available in the surroundings. So higher the temperature, higher will be the rate of evaporation. That means on a sunny day, the rate of evaporation will be higher than on a cloudy day. So on a sunny day, the clothes will dry faster than on a cloudy day. Evaporation gets affected by the humidity of the air. Air in our surroundings always contains some water drops into it. These water drops are in the form of vapor. But the size of water drops in the form of vapor is so small that they are invisible to our eyes. We can't see them. A measure of the quantity of water in the air is called humidity. More precise definition of humidity we shall know later. But for now, it is important to know that there is a maximum limit on the quantity of water which an air can hold at a particular temperature and a particular pressure. So when the air contains maximum possible water at a particular temperature and pressure, the air is called saturated. Now it is intuitive to understand that when air is towards its saturated state, its ability to accommodate and to absorb more water molecules will be limited, will be reduced. Now we already know that in evaporation, water molecules convert from the water surface into the vapor and gets mixed into the air. If the air is already near its saturation or has high humidity, then its ability to accommodate more water molecules has reduced, has dropped. Therefore, rate of evaporation shall also drop. So, higher the humidity of air, lesser will be the rate of evaporation. Lesser the humidity of the air, higher will be the rate of evaporation. There is a related factor with humidity which also affects the rate of evaporation, and that is wind speed. If the wind is blowing, the water molecules in the air shall move with the wind, therefore leaving air with lesser number of water molecules. So in essence, when wind blows fast, the humidity of the air shall drop. So humidity drops, that means rate of evaporation can increase because the air can now accommodate more water molecules. So in essence, if wind speed is high, more will be the rate of evaporation. Lesser the wind speed, lesser will be the rate of evaporation.